Hi, movies recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a Chinese action horror film called Junkrat Train. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. A movie begins at railway station. A man reprimanding his elder daughter. His name is Suk. He was very angry at her, because his daughter refuses to listen to him, and also she was go out with her friend, was not a good boy. After that, they sits on the train. There was a sizable crowd on this train. Surrounding people were discussing about a strange virus. They says the virus is very dangerous for animals. Particularly for small animals. But Suk thinks this virus is very normal thing, and ignores it. Meanwhile a train arrives on another track. Seeing the train the staff gets shocked, because they were told there will be not any train for the next 2 hours. But one woman announces this train arrived due to some emergencies. Nobody's don't knows about this secret emergency. The ordinary people don't get affected by this. The guards goes to the train for understanding the situation. They get scared by seeing the train, causing the train was bleeding and the passengers were also disappeared. Usually there is always a crowd on this train, their passengers don't know anything about this train. Meanwhile other train starts, and Suk searching for his elder daughter. She leaving her sit, and she has seated somewhere else. Suk sees his daughter. She was sitting with an army officer. Suk says his daughter to go and sitting with him, but Suk's daughter refuses to go with him. She says to Suk, "Who are you?" She don't know him. She behaves like she doesn't know him, like he is not her father and teasing her without any reason. Causing guards hold Suk. They locks him into the another compartment. A guard notices a man was already there. Actually the rats were eating the man. As the guard tries to touch the man, rats attacks on him. Their passengers on the train were hears the weird voices from the train's roof. These were the rat sounds. One of the men in the train hits his stick on the vent to make the rats flee. The vent breaks as he does this. It elicits the appearance of thousands of rats. These not an ordinary rats but these fast than ordinary rats. They also dangerous that will eats humans in few minutes. These dangerous rats attacks those passengers. A man already knew about this incident. He knew the incident happened on the previous train. For escape from previous train he comes to this train. When he realizes the rats have also attacked this train, he runs with the help of guards. Here Suk also worried for his daughters. He was locked in the compartment. Suk comes out from the compartment by breaking the door. He immediately runs to save his daughters and alerts to the passengers about the rats, to be aware of rats attack. Because the rats didn't reaches his compartment yet the rats attacks the only previous compartments of the train. Causing nobody's believes on Suk, and starts laughing on him, they makes fun of him. Suddenly the group of rats attacks their laughter turns to death, as a result. Some survivors escape from there, they all runs towards the first phase of the train. That phase was safe yet, one man who was escaping from there at first, the man who already know about those rats, he was the head of army officers, those all army officers who were on the train. The army had become selfish and says if he will saves other passengers he will dies. To save his life he decides makes separate the previous compartments of the train. It happens the same the previous compartments of the train makes separated. But some people moves on the train roof to escape and reach the first phase of the train, so they will be saved from these rats. The survivor sees the people who attacked by the rats have a weird infection. This was a viral infection. Suk says there is a good cure of this infection. He says he work in a medical department and there will be a station after few stations, there is a hospital and they can get the medicine for this infection from there. Some passengers agree with Suk, but others disagree. The survivors don't want to be infected by the infection. They don't want a train to be stopped anywhere. Because maybe there will be a rats attacks wherever they will stop. Suddenly, a man points a gun at the army leader, and they decided they will go to the hospital. Before going there the infected passengers were shifted to another compartment. After a few stations, the station arrives at the location of the hospital. They make a group of some people that will go to the hospital, the people who will bring the medicine from hospital. Suk has to go with them because he has the knowledge about medicine. Going at a far distance, they sees the whole city destroyed by rats attack and there were dead bodies everywhere. They moves forward by passing the dead bodies, they notices a swarm of rats in shadowy area. There not even a single rat coming out in the sunlight. They understands those rats can't comes out in the sunlight. They must depart from the path that was in dark. They pass from a path there was continuous sunlight. But the clouds cover the sunlight moving a distance. As a result of the lack of sunlight, many rats arrives and attacks them. They somehow reach the hospital while escaping from those rats. Meanwhile their two companions attacked by rats. They meets a man who was hidden there with his family. A rat has also bitten his daughter. Suk tells the man he have its cure. He says its treatments is possible through the medicines, causing the man takes them to the place where were the medicines. As a result of the lack of sunlight, here they notices the main source, where many rats arrives. If they will make a noise, the rats will attack and eats them. There in the train they were saying the people who went to bring medicine will not returns. They should leave from here as soon as possible. In the compartment where infected people kept. One lady opens the compartment door, causing the rats arrives and attacks them. Here Suk reaches the medicine in the hospital and was a kind of antidote. Suk places the medicines in a box, but as he walks away, a piece of weak wood falls under his foot. Due to it, he falls and hangs there. The rats' attention diverts to the Suk. Now they all run speedily from there. A huge army of rats was chasing them. They finds a jeep and they escape while running from there. At reaches the train, they sees more dead bodies. They were the people who attacked and kills by rats. Then Suk daughters opens the door. Suk becomes happy by seeing his daughter were alive. Meanwhile, the clouds again cover the sun. As a result, the sunlight reduced. All the rats moves towards them. They starts the train and escape from there. But a man is left behind and the rats attacks on him. After it, all the passengers gives the antidote, who attacked by rats. Suddenly train stops because another train was fell on the track. All of the passengers attempt to dismantle the train compartments. There are a group of rats coming toward them. During this, man decides to sacrifice himself, ties the explosive on his body. He reaches the rats. As a rats attacks on him, the man turns on his explosives, causing there was a huge blast due to it and many rats ended there. Their track was clear, but still, there was a problem, that it was the track that was changing to another side. There was a deep ditch. Suk pulls the lever to change the track. The situation is that Suk has to press the lever. He keeps pressing the lever. Due to it, the train moves forward and all were saved. But Suk leaves behind the train to get on it. But the high speed of the train, he couldn't get on the train. His daughter's weeping when seeing him. They says to stop the train, but Suk says don't stop the train, and he stops running, causing the thousands of rats attacks on Suk, and Suk dies. Only their memories remained of Suk, in his daughter's heart. And movie ends. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.